Hey Dodgers fans, buckle up because things just got really interesting in the world of Major League Baseball, and especially for the Los Angeles Dodgers. We've been seeing some shocking developments surrounding one of the top international free agents this season, and the latest comments coming out have certainly stirred up a lot of discussion. This particular player has made headlines with what he said about the Dodgers, and to be honest, it has fans everywhere talking. It's rare to see someone make a statement that hits so many emotions at once, especially when it involves a team with the history and reputation that the Dodgers have built. So, let's break it all down and dive into what this could mean for the Dodgers, both in terms of potential roster moves and the dynamics for next season. The player at the center of all this is none other than Tatsuya Immani, one of the most highly sought-after international pitchers this year. When asked whether he would consider joining the Dodgers, his response was equal parts surprising and revealing. He mentioned that while playing alongside stars like Shohei Otani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Roki Sasaki would be enjoyable, his ultimate desire is to face top-tier competition and experience the thrill of defeating a team like the Dodgers rather than joining them. That kind of honesty immediately sparks conversation because it shows a level of confidence and ambition that not every young player is willing to share publicly. You can't help but respect the mindset behind it. He's looking to challenge himself and prove what he's capable of on the field, even if that means taking on a team that many consider almost unbeatable. Now, from the Dodgers' perspective, this is both fascinating and a little complicated. On one hand, Tatsuya Immani would clearly be an exceptional addition to any rotation, adding depth and talent to a roster that is already stacked with pitching stars. Even though the Dodgers may not have an urgent need for a starting pitcher, having someone of Immani's caliber would undoubtedly provide a competitive edge. Moreover, the fact that he's closely connected with other Japanese players in Major League Baseball, like Roki Sasaki, Shohei Otani, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, adds another layer of intrigue. The chemistry and understanding that comes from these prior relationships could make integration smoother. Yet at the same time, Immani has explicitly stated that he's looking to experience challenges on his own, to face cultural and competitive differences head-on. This desire for independence suggests that he's not simply going to join a team because there's familiarity or comfort. He wants to prove himself in a new environment. It's worth noting that this kind of mentality speaks volumes about how elite the Dodgers are seen across the league. When a top-tier player actively expresses interest in defeating the Dodgers over joining them, it underscores the level of respect and recognition the team commands. It's not personal or disrespectful. It's a testament to the dynasty that the Dodgers have built over the years. Think about it. When other teams encounter a dominant opponent, there's an instinctive drive to rise to the challenge, to want to beat them at their own game. That's exactly the position the Dodgers are in right now. They're setting the standards so high that even players coming into Major League Baseball for the first time are already viewing the Dodgers as the benchmark, the team to overcome, the measure of greatness. From a statistical standpoint, Tatsuya Immani has proven himself as a force to be reckoned with. Over the past season, he posted an ERA under 2, a remarkable achievement for someone still establishing themselves at the professional level. Consistency like that, coupled with a track record over previous seasons, positions him as one of the most attractive pitching prospects, not just for the Dodgers, but for multiple franchises. Yet his comments suggest that the Dodgers may not be the frontrunners in his mind, at least for now. He's clear about wanting to face new challenges, seeking that sense of survival and personal growth that comes from stepping outside familiar territory. This may change depending on offers and opportunities, but for the moment, it adds a layer of unpredictability to what was already a competitive free agent landscape. This development also has implications for how the Dodgers plan their roster. The current rotation already boasts several standout pitchers, including players from Japan who have already adapted to the league and integrated into the team culture. Adding Immani to the mix could create both opportunities and challenges. While it might provide even more firepower, it could also complicate the rotation structure, determining who starts when and how to balance rest, performance, and matchups. And beyond the Dodgers, it reshapes the potential landscape for other teams as well. Franchises like the Mets, Red Sox, Cubs, Padres, and Angels all have star Japanese players who could influence Immani's decision. His stated desire to not lean on familiarity suggests that these teams may be less likely to attract him if he sees joining them as limiting his growth or independence. In other words, while many teams are vying for top talent, Immani's priorities could remove a few of those competitors from the equation entirely. The Dodgers, therefore, might find themselves in a position where one of the league's best up-and-coming pitchers is viewing them with a mix of respect and rivalry, rather than simply seeing them as a destination. And honestly, that can be an advantage too. A player motivated by the challenge of defeating the Dodgers brings energy, competition, and a renewed focus to every matchup. It's the kind of dynamic that makes playoff games and World Series matchups even more compelling. When you think about the long term, facing an opponent like Immani at full strength could light a fire under the team, pushing established stars to elevate their game even further. Of course, all of this conversation about free agents intersects with another hot topic in the baseball world, Shohei Otani and the World Baseball Classic. Otani has confirmed that he plans to compete for Team Japan again in 2026, which opens a whole new set of questions for fans and analysts alike. How will he be utilized? Will he pitch, hit, or split duties in the field? Current projections have him potentially serving as a closer while also taking some time in the outfield, which is unusual given his regular role as a starter with the Dodgers. These decisions could have ripple effects on how the Dodgers themselves handle their roster, particularly if Otani's performance in Japan influences strategies or lineup decisions back in Major League Baseball. The possibilities are intriguing, and fans are left eagerly speculating about how this all will unfold. And while Otani's participation is exciting news, it's also a reminder of just how international the Dodgers' reach and influence has become. With multiple Japanese stars already contributing at high levels, the team has successfully cultivated talent that not only performs exceptionally in the United States, but also represents their home countries on the global stage. The integration of international players into high-pressure situations highlights the Dodgers' organizational strength, from scouting and development to in-game strategy. In the case of Immani, the international component adds another layer of narrative to the season, blending personal ambition, global competition, and domestic dominance. At the end of the day, this evolving story about Tatsuya Immani, the Dodgers, and Shohei Otani is emblematic of what makes baseball so compelling. It's not just about runs, home runs, and strikeouts. It's about the personalities, ambitions, and rivalries that come together to create drama on the field. Watching how players navigate their choices, adapt to challenges, and pursue greatness against formidable opponents makes every game more than just a contest. It becomes a story, a test of skill and character. The Dodgers are at the center of this story right now, and whether they are welcoming new talent, fending off elite competitors, or strategizing for the future, every move is being scrutinized, celebrated, and dissected by fans across the globe. Now, shifting our focus back to Shohei Otani and Team Japan in the World Baseball Classic, the excitement is undeniable. Otani has officially confirmed that he will return to represent his country in 2026. And for fans of baseball, this is both thrilling and full of questions. What role will he play this time? Will he stick strictly to pitching, or will he split time as a hitter and fielder, replicating the dual-threat capabilities that have made him a global superstar? Right now, projections suggest a unique approach, with Otani potentially serving as a closer while also taking occasional time in the outfield. It's an unusual role for someone of his stature, particularly given how the Dodgers utilize him as a top-tier starter, but that versatility is exactly what makes him such a compelling figure in both Major League Baseball and international play. Looking at the rest of Team Japan's projected rotation, there's a blend of established stars and rising talent. Players like Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Kodai Senga, and Shota Imanaga are expected to form the backbone of the pitching staff, alongside Tatsuya Immani, should he join the roster. This kind of depth in pitching provides Team Japan with an enviable arsenal, making them a formidable opponent for any team they face. And then there's the strategic element. Otani as a closer introduces a dynamic that other teams may struggle to prepare for, especially if he rotates between pitching and the field. It's a level of flexibility that few teams in the world can replicate, giving Japan an edge in high-pressure situations. From a Dodgers perspective, watching Otani take on this role internationally is fascinating because it raises all sorts of strategic questions for the upcoming seasons in the major leagues. Will the Dodgers attempt to mirror any of these strategies with him, perhaps using him differently based on his performance and stamina in international play? Or will they maintain the approach that has already proven effective domestically, keeping him in a more traditional starter role? These questions are not merely theoretical. Otani's performance in high-pressure games, both in the World Baseball Classic and potentially against playoff-caliber teams in Major League Baseball, could influence decisions on rotation, rest schedules, and even lineup placements. It's a balancing act that requires both patience and insight from the Dodgers coaching staff, especially given how precious and rare a talent like Otani truly is. Meanwhile, the projected lineup for Team Japan also shows Otani potentially as a designated hitter, further complicating how he might be used on the field. The versatility he brings allows the team to experiment with different strategies, whether in crucial international matchups or in preparation for potential showdowns against powerhouses like the United States, South Korea, or other top-tier teams. Every appearance by Otani draws attention, not just because of his skill, but because of the narrative he brings: versatility, star power, and the ability to shift the momentum of a game with a single swing or pitch. Dodgers fans, in particular, are watching closely because how Otani performs on this global stage can offer insights into how he might be deployed back home in Los Angeles, potentially shaping lineup decisions and rotation strategies for the coming season. Now, if we zoom out and consider the bigger picture, the Dodgers are in a fascinating position. On one hand, they're already stacked with talent, including multiple Japanese players who have seamlessly integrated into the team. On the other hand, the presence of players like Tatsuya Immani in the league, who may be aiming to compete against them rather than join them, adds another layer of competition. It's a situation that not only keeps the Dodgers on their toes, but also reinforces why their organization is viewed as a dynasty. When elite talent is aiming to dethrone you, it's both a challenge and a form of validation. It demonstrates that the team is the benchmark for excellence in baseball, someone every aspiring star wants to test themselves against. And speaking of competition, we can't ignore how these developments might play out in the postseason. Imagine a scenario where Tatsuya Immani faces the Dodgers in a critical playoff game during his rookie year. That's a storyline that excites any baseball fan. The intensity, the stakes, the drama. These are the elements that make postseason baseball unforgettable. For the Dodgers, facing a top-tier pitcher who has publicly stated his ambition to beat them adds a psychological dimension to the series. It's no longer just about skill and statistics. It's about narrative, momentum, and mental toughness. Every pitch becomes more than a number. It becomes part of a story that could define the careers of everyone involved. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Whispers have been swirling through Major League Baseball circles, and now, according to ESPN, the Los Angeles Dodgers may have just shaken the very foundations of their pitching staff. Sources suggest that the Dodgers have secured a blockbuster trade for ace Corbin Burns, a move that, if confirmed, could completely redefine the top of their rotation. The buzz is palpable. Discussions in locker rooms, front offices, and even among fans hint at a seismic shift in the balance of power on the mound. Burns, known for his devastating slider and strikeout prowess, has long been coveted by contenders looking to bolster their rotation with a true ace. The Dodgers, never shy about making bold moves, reportedly navigated a complex web of negotiations to bring him to Los Angeles. Insiders hint that multiple high-profile prospects and maybe even a veteran piece could be involved, though details remain murky. The rumor mill is alive with speculation about who might have been sacrificed to land Burns, with some suggesting the Dodgers were willing to go all in to secure a true frontline starter. For a team already stocked with talent, The acquisition of Burns could signal a renewed push for dominance, not just in the National League, but across all of baseball. Analysts are already debating how this addition might alter the Dodgers' rotation hierarchy, potentially pushing current starters into new roles or opening opportunities for younger arms to step up. Social media is ablaze with fans weighing in, projecting how Burns' electric fastball and pinpoint control could change the trajectory of the Dodgers season. Of course, nothing is official until the ink hits the paper, but the chatter is undeniable. If Burns does don a Dodgers uniform, the ramifications will ripple far beyond Los Angeles, forcing rival teams to reconsider their strategies and rotations. Baseball insiders are already calling this one of the most intriguing potential trades in recent memory, a move that could redefine how the Dodgers are perceived not just as a contender, but as a powerhouse willing to swing for the fences when the stakes are high. In a league where pitching depth often dictates postseason success, adding a talent like Burns could be the signal of a team that refuses to be complacent. The rumor, now amplified by ESPN, has fans, commentators, and competitors alike holding their breath, wondering, is this the start of a new era in Los Angeles? Or is it just another tantalizing whisper in the ever-turning world of baseball trades? One thing is certain, the Dodgers have captured the spotlight, and all eyes are now on the top of their rotation. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.